It should just be hanging out. And I think that's what I want people to feel.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want it to feel forced by any means.
No.
Not making ourselves necessarily look the best or putting on a persona for anybody. We're here. This is us. I'm in a ratty t-shirt right now. You're sitting in your closet. We're having the
100%.
best time.
Welcome everyone to the Hoya Underground podcast. We are your hosts.
I'm Michael.
And I'm Emily. I put you on the spot. I'm like, go.
I was like, that's me.
Oh, and we are so thrilled to start this. We are coming at it fresh. Things may be a little bit unpolished this first episode or two. We're kind of learning as we go, but we are so excited to just get started.
So, I guess we'll start with welcoming everybody to the first episode of The Hoya Underground, where it
Let's
just
do it.
kind of became a thing, kind of out of nowhere. Um, Emily reached out, and it was just one of those things where I'm like, that's really bizarre because I was having that same exact idea, not necessarily in the regards to this specific niche, but I'm so glad that this is what came out of it. And so, yeah, welcome everybody to the first episode of Hoya Underground. I am Michael, Instagram Grandma's Planties, and I have been growing Hoyas for roughly 10 years. I've got approximately 350 to 400 in my personal collection, and I grow all in ambient conditions at the moment, with the exception of Barina T5 grow lights on my shelves in a semi hydro setup. So most of my system is in closed jars, and I get a lot of flack for it, and I don't care. It looks great in my opinion. So that's what we're here for. This is a safe space, no judging.
No, you and I are
So,
ponophiles, and I'm coming up with that term right now. So people just need to embrace that. Okay, thanks.
okay, so I think I have said what I needed to say for the time being, so I will pass it off to Emily.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Michael. I am thrilled to be here and to try this out. This is our first time we're kind of off the cuff going at it, just seeing how things go and hoping that the audio turns out okay. So I'm so excited to just say hi to everybody who's listening. If you know us in person, thank you so much for supporting us. So, my story, I'm from Nebraska, and I like to joke, kind of half joking, that Hoyas are my destiny because my great great grandmother was the one to start the Hoya bug in my family. And she started it off in the early 1910s. And so on, all the way down to me. And as a kid, I always saw the Hoya plants. I saw my mom growing them. And it was always just that thing that's a constant in your life. Like I remember seeing my first blooms and just how beautiful they were. I think I was like 18 months. One of my first memories is seeing the Hoya carnosa blooms, which is so crazy because I remember them looking like
That's
puffballs.
amazing.
Isn't that crazy? Like 18 months. It's
I'm
like a
like, I can't even imagine
puffballs.
having a thought at that point in life.
Well, again, my destiny. So yeah, you have these things like I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna sell and I'm gonna go and be a Hoya seller, and then you actually look at everything involved and it's just like absolute fear creeps in. So I took a look last year and I just decided I'm going to just go for it. I'm gonna sell online. So I started selling online through Overgrown Oasis. And before then, I'd done a little bit of Facebook marketplace and so forth, but officially starting my brand, which is The Rooted Vine. You can find me on Instagram at @TheRootedVine_. And I run the business pretty much by myself. My mom supports me. She does take care of quite a few of my plants and she turns them into fantastic mother plants. Between her and myself, we have over 1,000 plants, which is, I think, normal. So that's how we roll. And we love all different kinds of Hoya plants. The absolute favorite, though, is linearis. So that's our favorite. And then our heirloom Curnosa that we have. But yeah, that's my story. And we're going to just kind of chat a little bit about the hope and the future of the podcast, as well as asking people if they have any requests for episodes. We are going to have all the information in the notes below in this episode, knowing that we're going to kind of stumble our way as we go along. So, this first time may not be perfect. We're going to see what we can do. I didn't mention where I grow my plants because I kind of grow them everywhere. I grow them throughout my house. So, I use lights of all different kinds. So, Michael is very much, you said Barina.
Yes, yep, Barinas.
And I have several Barinas too. I like a lot of different ones, but we're gonna kind of see. Maybe we start with lighting. I don't know. Do you want to start with a certain topic?
So, what exactly do you want to know, lighting wise?
Well, I think it's like just annoying when I see my friends in tropical places and they can just be like, "Yeah, I stuck this plant in the ground," and
Isn't it?
like,
Just
I'm
shake my
growing
head.
1,000 Hoyas outside. I'm like, what? So yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, you guys are all great. I love you. Also, kind of hate you. No, um, but being in, I think, colder climates, you and I, we're not in places that are Hoya friendly. It's not a natural place for
not
them to
at all.
grow.
Not one bit.
And so the lighting is huge, and it really does make a difference, especially when you're trying to play with blooming certain plants,
Mm-hmm.
like Thompsonii, for instance. Learning how you can kind of adjust your environment and have total climate control as much as we can control the climate. So I think it's really important. I think lighting's a pretty cool place to start, actually.
I
And
think
yeah,
that there's a lot of complications that come with it as well. Because setting it up the first time, it's not going to be perfect. You're going to go through all those different trials and you'll probably lose some plants. You'll probably burn some plants. You'll see the sun stress. You'll see burning, things drying out, possibly rotting. So it's definitely a learning curve. Um, I use the T5s. In my previous tent, I had a big T8 that just went across the top. And it kept the humidity in the tent really nice. It kept things moist to an extent. Sun stressing was fantastic with the T8. So I switched to the T5s for my shelves when I took everything down. And I don't notice as much sun stress with the T5s. And the only time I really see anything being burnt is when things are specifically touching them, which I like because I was getting a lot of burning with the T8s prior. Even with them being 8 to 12 inches between the lights and whatnot, there was still cosmetic damage from the burns. So I think there's a lot of things to learn about in that. And there's certain things that I just don't want to learn, if I'm being honest. Like Mackenzie, she's got like a light tester and it tests the lumens and everything. I'm like, that girl, that's too much. I can't. But welcome. We really hope that you enjoy this. We're trying to do this in a way of building a safe community. We don't want there to be anything that feels necessarily too polished, overly fake, just the real deal. All the behind the
100%.
scenes, more or less, what we're actually dealing with.
It should just be hanging out. And I think that's what I want people to feel.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want it to feel forced by any means.
No.
Nothing looks perfect, nothing is perfect. And here we are, we're trying. That's what we all do. And that's what we can all hope for. So, on that note, I grow approximately 400 different Hoya varieties. I got into them initially due to my grandmother. She had an old heirloom carnosa that's approximately 40 years old. So, in the world of heirloom, it's on the younger side. um, but that was my first Hoya experience. And now I actually have that plant at my house. So that was where that started and the love for Hoyas began. And then in about 2016 is when I kind of fell into the drastic rabbit hole because I didn't really realize there were so many different types out there. I just saw that and I'm like, ooh, a Hoya. And then I look at some of these other things and I'm like, I would have never thought that was the same family. So it was definitely a learning experience once I dove in.
Well, and you sell Hoyas.
I do. I do sell not as much as I should, kind of building back up an inventory to get more into it this spring. I've actually been thinking of taking photos in the next couple weeks to kind of get them all lined up and go from there.
And you're sitting in your plant room right now, and I just have to give the viewers, listeners, listen to me. I don't know what things are. The touchers. The people who are here. Hello, everybody. I have to just tell you that Michael is downplaying his knowledge and his environment that he's in right now because his plant room is amazing. So if you don't follow him, please follow him on Instagram. We're going to put our Instagrams in the show notes below. I've learned so much from him. He's just, I'm just going to talk you up here for a second. So, I mean,
Well, thank you, thank you, thank you.
of course. Of course. And so I'm Emily and I'm from Nebraska and here we are completely across the country and we're having this conversation. It's amazing. My mom and I, we sell together locally, but really started doing more online selling last year through Overgrown Oasis and Palm Street and Facebook a little bit here and there, but really have started doing that a lot more and that's gotten me into networking with people, getting to know amazing folks like yourself and getting to see you in person last year was
Oh,
incredible. I will never forget that
such a
moment.
good time. Such a good time. I still think about that moment often because I can feel my face going back to the shock when I like registered what was actually happening. Yeah, gets me every single time.
I can't wait to share that story.
Yeah,
Oh, but
that
it's
was a good
having
trip.
these it was so good and I want to have that experience over and over again and that's one of the reasons why we wanted to start this podcast is to really give that just chill, hang out, friend vibes about Hoya plants.
We are all about bringing the people together and kind of more of a family vibe versus, I guess, influencer vibes. That's not really us. We're more about helping everybody, not making ourselves necessarily look the best or putting on a persona for anybody. We're here. This is us. I'm in a ratty t-shirt right now. You're sitting in your closet. We're having the
100%.
best time.
I am very much in a spot where I would not want to be seen on camera, but it has great acoustics. I tested every room in the house. It is so weird. We have this separate little attachment added to our house. It's called a mother-in-law suite. Oh, so fancy. But really, it's not. It's a very small bedroom, and then you open the door that leads to a small bathroom. So there's literally a bathroom in the closet. It is so weird. So I'm not in the bathroom. I'm one step above. I'm in the closet. So,
Well, the bathroom's got good acoustics too. We all know because we sing in the shower, that's just where the magic happens.
oh yeah, the door's open, so we're helping that out for sure.
Perfect.
And speaking of things that help us, I'm looking right now at my linearis that just got a shower, one of many that I own, and I am just head over heels every single time I look at one of my plants. I just get so happy. And I want to hear from everyone, what's your happy plant? Is it a Hoya? If it isn't a Hoya, we want to hear. If it isn't a Hoya, thank you for listening because clearly we're just so awesome you want to listen to us without, being passionate about Hoyas. But we also hope that you can maybe get a little bit more of a backstage pass to what it is like growing Hoyas and selling Hoyas and just having networks of people, getting to know people in the community, which is really, really cool. So it's a part of it that I didn't really expect, to be honest.
Oh, completely. A lot of people that I know personally are not really into Hoya because they don't have the patience. They want like the philodendron vibes where leaf after leaf after leaf comes out, or, you know, you're not waiting a year for something to happen before you're like, oh, that's why I bought this plant. So I think that veil needs to be dropped a bit, and people need to realize that there are more to Hoyas.
Ooh, good first topic, too. There's more to Hoyas.
There are. Oh, once they bloom, whew.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's have a bloom moment. Bloom pause. What's blooming in your closet?
Ooh, what,
What's blooming in your collection?
right now, I think the only thing in active bloom is Pachialda elbow. I'm not even going to try to say the new name because it will forever be Pachialda.
Can you try to say the new name just for my entertainment?
Subquintilavernus? No?
That sounds
Sure.
perfect.
Whatever. I said it
Perfect.
with confidence, so it must be right.
Thank you. That is the Emily School of Life. Just say it with confidence and you'll be fine.
Yeah, I just went for it. It was so rolled right off the tongue.
I did that the
uh,
other day with another one.
I've got Carnosa Flamingo Dream that is getting ready to open. And
Well, he's just showing off.
Memoria Latifolia Outer Variegated. I think my Ranoensis is getting ready to bloom. And I think that's it off of the top of my head. Oh, no, my Rangsen's blooming too. That's a new one because it wasn't blooming this morning.
That's the
Anyways,
podcast bloom. That's the first
yeah,
podcast bloom.
podcast bloom. Woot woot. That's what bloomed eight this year, I think. Yes,
Eight
I've been
times.
keeping track. No, just overall, the eighth plant to bloom.
I was gonna say, if it's bloomed 8 times already this year, you're giving your plants steroids. That's insane.
Oh, girl, I'm not that good.
I tell you. Oh, so that's I'm gonna tell a funny story about my mom. All right, I'm gonna tell my mom right now. So she has the gift of growing plants. It's always been super annoying. Um, so I started selling a couple years ago, but I've been growing plants my whole life, kind of against my will at some points. And you can just look at a plant and it will just do amazing things. Well, the last year she started to struggle with blooming, and she couldn't have her Hoyas not blooming. She was very annoyed at them. She was ready to chuck them. Like, no, you have a large amount of our collection. You need to keep these plants. So I asked her, what are you using for fertilizer? And she'd been doing the same thing with a very low P value. And as we may or may not know, fertilizers have the macronutrients NPK, which we'll talk about at later episodes potentially. We'll see if people are interested. Are you interested in the nerdy science? Let us know. Is your name Mackenzie?
I
So,
know there's some people out there that want it. So, we
Mackenzie,
might as
this
well
goes to
try.
you. This one goes out to Mackenzie. I learned from being a part of Overgrown Oasis that when you raise the P value, you tend to get more blooms. So I shared with my mom a fertilizer that worked for other people, and I kid you not, within like 3 weeks, she had like 10 plants blooming. The next time I came over, I opened up one of
Wow.
her grow tents, and it was just like a perfume factory in there. And she was like,
So
"Oh yeah, they started blooming."
did she have active peduncles prior to that?
She did,
And
but
they
they just
just
weren't
weren't
blooming.
doing anything? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
love a success story.
we do. Yay, a glow up. It was so
Yep, there
funny,
we
but
go.
uh, yeah, sometimes we just need to shake things up to try something new.
Yeah, rattle the cage.
Mm-hmm. I do not have as many plants blooming right now because I have gone through and cut a significant amount to sell, which is kind of a sad thing when you have to do that as a seller, kind of pick the ones that you want to sell. And in my experience, when I cut the plant, it doesn't bloom as readily as the ones that I kind of leave be. So the ones that are blooming right now, I have a
Mhm.
Lacanosa Royal Flush, which is beautiful. And I have a Hoya Jordana. And then I
Ooh,
have, it's beautiful. And then my
I
midst gold,
haven't bloomed that one. Yeah. Mm.
it's okay. So I think I have bloomed it almost 8 times.
Wow.
Its
Okay.
peduncle is pedunculing. It's got some ridges. It's got some tree lines.
Well loved.
It's a well-loved. And my prick tie, which I had called elephant, but it had a bit of an identity crisis, and I think it is a prick tie. It's been blooming again, so it's just been a constant bloomer, which is a bit annoying. I want it to grow more leaves. I think that would be cool, but it's like, no, let's give you some more incredibly nectaricious blooms. These are like the juiciest blooms. These things, like, I looked at the flowers and just was like, oh, those are so cool. And then I'm like, what? Did I water above or something? Because I have all these droplets coming off of the flowers. And this was last year. I looked at them for the first time. And are you
Oh
like that with
wow.
some of yours where you're like, there's like droplets of nectar?
Yes. What just blooms? Patch 023 just finished blooming, and that one is always like super drippy. Tastes great, but
Hmm.
it's everywhere. Like, mm,
For me, while you're thinking, I am going to not say the new name, but it's Pachycladia or Pachyclada or Subquintiplinervis times Parasitica. I have this cross, and it's nectar or it's amazing. It will like crystallize like rock candy. It is bizarre.
wow,
Yeah,
that's a lot of nectar.
it's a lot of nectar. It's absolutely crazy. So I saw it for the first time early last year. It bloomed. And then it was a really sad story because I purchased a plant that got thrips on it and I had to
Ugh,
chop almost half of that plant because of that, which is so sad.
that'll be another episode, folks.
Yes.
We don't like pests.
Mm.
Ain't got no time for that. And then we have to
Moving
make
on.
time for that. Ugh.
Oh,
Um, oh, the other plant is Swiffer's Treat. That one is dripping like crazy all the time.
I love that one.
Have you
Oh,
have you bloomed that one yourself?
I have not yet.
Ugh, it smells to me like childhood.
Oh, I love
Like
that.
the cinnamon candy bears.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is what it smells like to me. And I'm just like, I could eat this.
So if people aren't aware, Hoya blooms are like I was gonna say they are lickable. They are edible.
But
They're
they are
not
lickable
toxic.
too.
They are very lickable. Hey, this is the Hoya Underground after all. Um,
Been there, done that.
oh, my kids. So I have three kids, and they are below 9 years old. All of them. They're younger. They love when a Hoya blooms. They're like, "Can I lick it? Can I lick it?" And I had a babysitter come over the other day. She was like, "They're licking your flowers? That is weird." I'm like, "Don't knock it till you've tried it, girl." And I showed her one that had not been licked, and she was like, "Oh, that's amazing." And she like took her finger and like got one of the little droplets of nectar. I'm like, "See?"
Oh,
She
that's
said it like
amazing.
tastes like tea. I'm like, "I know."
Yeah, there's always I've not encountered one that was not sweet yet. So I'm sure there's some out there. There's
Oh, I
ones that
did.
don't smell that great, but I've not had one where the nectar was not like syrupy, honey, you know?
Mm-hmm. Now I'm gonna say the other day we tried and it was not good. It was a lacanosa, like that had been a couple days old.
Oh, but she smells great.
She smells great, but not as lickable. Not as lickable.
No,
So
she's a little fuzzy too. So, it's a little different on the tongue.
little different on the tongue. Oh man. Well, we were talking about lighting earlier and how lighting can really help your plants. Do you have any lighting tips for our listeners?
I think that lighting is different for everybody. Depending, like if you grow outside, if you're in a climate where you're outdoors, a lot of our Floridian friends that are blessed, you know, don't even have to try. And we're like, for real? Like, get out of here with that. Indoors, depending on how much natural light you get, whether you use a tent or not, space is a big factor for everybody. And then when you add plants to it, it almost becomes too much because you're like, where does anything else go?
Exactly.
Um, so in my plant room, it's mainly a Hoya room. I've got four racks, one on each wall, and each shelf has one, two, three, four Barina T5s on it. And all of my shelves are different heights. So not everything, like two of the shelves are set up exactly the same. I couldn't tell you the exact difference between them, but some of my lights have like 6 inches in between them in the plants. Some of them have more like eight. The stuff on the top shelves doesn't have any artificial light at all because I want that stuff to be more of the gothy vibed things like carnosas, some SMS crosses, obavatas, erythrina, things that I just want to be that like glossy, dark goodness. So I'm not giving them a whole lot of extra light. And it's kind of an experiment because I just finished this room, I don't know, maybe in the last month after growing in a tent for a very long time. And it just was too tight. And I'm like, I don't know how I had all these plants in that tent, to be honest with you, Emily. It
You
was
had all those plants in your room in your tent.
all of these plants were in the tent. Yep. On two racks. Two racks. And I
What?
have I have four. Yeah. Yeah.
My mouth is wide open right now. I'm sorry. This is like you performed some kind of magic.
I I don't know how I did it, but that was part of the reasoning that I wanted to take the tent down. Because I'm
Yeah,
like,
well, of course.
I can't do this. As much as I love my tent, my sanity is far more superior. Like I'm not letting that go right now.
No. And I remember during some Overgrown Oasis or OVO hangouts where you went live and you'd be in your tent, you would just be like having to do contortions to get to your plants, and it looks so painful.
Oh, 1000%. And my hair would always have to be up because
Oh,
all of the vines just they grab everything. Like no matter what. If I moved to the left too far, something on the right shelf just tumbles. You know? I'm just like I
yes.
can't.
Oh, that happened to me the other day, but I did have a top bun, but I had this Hoya Matilde at the top of one of my Vitro IKEA shelves. That thing just clung onto my bun, and I whipped that thing around, and it's in my rehab bin downstairs. Now I'm so mad at it. I just threw it in there. I'm like, how dare you? It just like I took this thing out of this pot. My hair just like flung all the pond all the way around the room. I was so
Oh,
mad.
and that's another thing. That is the worst.
Oh,
9 times out of 10, I'm not wearing shoes when I'm in the tent. Okay. And if I'm knocking something off and there's pawn everywhere, it's like adult Legos. Like, absolutely not.
it's
Absolutely not.
it's so painful when you step on pond and you're not anticipating it. Like there's
Uh
this
huh.
one spot in all of our feet where it's just like the zinger, and you're just like, oh, there's nothing worse.
Yep. And then you're down. You drop.
You drop, you're on the ground. I've fallen and I can't get up because of Hoya's pond.
Right. Hoya 911.
Hoya 911. But we love pond here. We do. I honestly
We
think
are all about the pawn.
all
Yeah.
about it. You know, I have a really good friend, Callie
I
Blair.
love rocks.
We're gonna do a shout out to Callie for converting me from pond.
Kelly's greenhouse.
Woohoo! Let's go. We just created a little shout out for her, a little jingle. But seriously, you all need to follow her.
She'll appreciate that.
She's amazing. We'll just talk about her the rest of the episode.
There we
But
are.
she's amazing. She's
Oh,
just
Callie is the best individual. I don't think I have met somebody as empathetic, sympathetic, kind, genuine, just an all around good human being as she is. She's from another planet. Like I don't know how she does it.
yeah, no,
She's
she clearly is. Yeah. Like we're on to you, Kelly. You're from the planet of extreme empathy and kindness.
yeah. Like and that is something that we need more of in the world. So there is nothing wrong with that, folks. Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Nope. And because of her selling these beautiful plants in a chunky substrate, I started to try that more. I kind of was resistant to it, but then I saw the success that she had, as well as some other of our amazing friends. So I would say about a third of my plants, as well as the ones that I prop and sell, are in chunky or more of like a cocoa core or choir or however people say that. I still struggle with pronunciation. Cocoa
Everybody says
core.
it's different. Yeah.
They
I've
do.
always said core,
I have
but
too.
then I've heard people say like choir or choir. And I'm like, I don't know how you got there.
I'm not going to judge, but I'm also going to be like, maybe I'm in the wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, there's just some words that I'm like, I never would have thought to say it like that. It doesn't mean that I'm right by any means, but
It's okay. You can
that's
think
just
that
how
you're
it
right.
sounds in my head.
There's going to be a lot of me talking over you. I'm sorry.
No, 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 no. Fine.
So,
We're all friends here.
we are all friends here, and we're going to do friend shout outs here and there. And I also want to do a huge shout out to our friend Kristen with a C, because we know that you have been just on edge to know what the heck is going down. So
See
here it is.
Riston.
Returning back, first of all, we would just like to give a shout out to our sponsors for today, ourselves. We are selling
We're pretty
plants
great.
and we are amazing. So you should support us. You should go and check us out. Overgrown Oasis, Palm
I
Street.
might wear short shorts for you
All right.
or a denim Speedo.
He's not even joking. I can vouch for that. Our links will be in the show notes. So we are so happy to be able to support ourselves right now until we get some mega sponsors that we only would approve because we use their products and love them. Anybody who would like to support us, please let us know. Send an email, and we will go through our buckets of requests from this first episode, I'm sure. But we're going to have a wave of sponsors. So, it may take us a week or so. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, it's rough being popular.
We don't have any sponsors. It's just us. It's
Started from the
like
bottom. We're still there.
we're still like,
We
hey, it's the
are
first
working
episode.
our way up.
We are working our way up. That's the great thing about episode one. You can only go up from there. So
Yeah,
we're so happy you all are
exactly.
here, and thank you for listening to us just blab about ourselves, talking about what we're here for. The next episode we have in mind, just to give you a little sneak preview, is talking about what it's like to potentially import plants, to buy plants. And when I say import, not necessarily to import from outside the country that you live in, but also domestically as well. So, looking at that, Michael, do you have anything to add?
No, I think that that was pretty nail on the head there, because there are so many different factors that come into play just bringing a new plant into your house. Like it doesn't necessarily mean traveling across the world, um, coming from somebody in Nebraska going to Washington. Could be you're going to your local plant shop and maybe they don't have the best preventative care, or they've got spider mites or something and you don't know that and you bring it back into your house. That that unleashes chaos, and anybody new to the plant world might not notice that right away. So I think that anything in that realm is definitely needing to be talked about, discussed, ideas thrown about.
Absolutely. And if you have anything that you want to ask us, please send us an email. The email's in the show notes. Well, I think we're going to start wrapping this episode up, which is so much fun that we got this first one done and the butterflies are maybe a little bit lessened. I would just like to take a moment for some gratitude, which this is Michael's idea, but I'm going first. And I just want to say that I am so incredibly grateful for Michael for being here with me in this space right now. I'm grateful for having podcast equipment, which is super fancy and cool. And I'm grateful for my community that supports me and holds me up. What about you?
Well, dang nabbit, my answers are not that great.
Whatever.
um, no, they're good. I just went a different route. So, things that I am grateful for today, in no particular order, mind you, my health. Things things are good. That's something we need to get through each day. Another thing is just the Hoya community. There's so many good people out there that want others to thrive, which then kind of takes me into um, the safety of community within the platform where I sell Overgrown Oasis. It's so welcoming, and there's never a moment of anybody feeling less than anybody else. So having the support of all of your friends, basically family, is it's incredible, you know? It makes you feel so good about yourself. They're always talking you up, you know? Here we are talking each other up. So I would say my health, just the Hoya community, and specifically the people of Overgrown Oasis. They are just an incredible group of people. And if you have not encountered them, or us, I should say, please come join us.
We're
Yeah,
not a cult.
yet.
Yeah,
It's
that's
possible.
always the joke. It's always the joke. You're always gonna hear Chelsea saying that. And I
Let's
want
see.
to give a huge shout out to April and Derek, otherwise known as Daryl on Overgrown Oasis. I want to give a huge shout out to April and Mr.
His name
UPT.
has just like, it's not one. People call him so many things. I'm like, is that even his real name? I don't even know anymore.
Oh my gosh, I know. They are
Hmm.
just, they are an amazing couple. And so I want to just give them a shout out. Kind of like in the credits at the beginning of the movie, you know how there's like, and featuring, there's always like the cast that plays, and then there's that last person that gets like that extra special shout out. There's like a name
Oh,
for that. I don't know what it is, but we're doing that right now for April and Mr. UPT. So
whoop, whoop. Yeah, I mean, because without them, we would not be here. Like, we had never spoke before Overgrown Oasis. Like, I didn't know Emily, and since
nope.
then, we've actually met in person. We've done things. We've formed this alliance, friendship, support system. So I think Overgrown Oasis is a big part of this.
I feel like sounding a trumpet sound. I think I'm gonna like go back and edit in a trumpet sound. Dun dun dun.
Oh.
We are so grateful. So we are the Hoya Underground. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Emily.
And I'm Michael, and we will see you at the next episode. Stay tuned.
Okay, that was awesome. I had a funny thing that I was gonna say. It's like not even like true. I was gonna be like, protect your roots and mind your heat packs. We'll meet you in the underground.
That's a good one. We could use that on another one.
We could.